Dramatic new developments tonight on one of the most emotional and bitter issues facing California. Whether terminally ill patients can ask their doctor for help ending their lives. KCAL 9 political reporter Dave Bryan joins us now with a major decision. Dave.
Juan, tonight the California Medical Association has switched its position on an aid in dying bill currently before the legislature from opposed to neutral. That makes the California Medical Association the only state medical group, the only group of its kind in the country to not oppose such a bill.
The cancer that was originally in my lung and had already metastasized to my brain is now in my spine, my rib, my liver, and the lung tumor has gotten bigger.
Cases like Christy O'Donnell's, the 46-year-old mother and former LAPD officer with terminal stage 4 cancer, have triggered a fierce debate about whether California should join Oregon in legalizing an aid in dying bill for terminally ill patients who choose to end their lives. O'Donnell has told the state legislature that she should make that decision and should be allowed to carry out the decision with the help of a doctor. Now the California Medical Association has become the only state medical association in the country to go neutral on a bill that would do just that.
We've always felt that we want to be able to provide our patients whatever medical breakthroughs are available, but in spite of that, there are some patients who don't have options that are acceptable to them, and we want to allow those individuals to choose options that they feel may be most appropriate for themselves.
The bill under consideration by the state legislature is called the End of Life Option Act. It requires that 2 doctors must agree the patient has less than 6 months to live. The patient must discuss other treatment options with a doctor that would be an alternative to ending their life. Then a written request and 2 oral requests would be required before a lethal prescription could be approved. And doctors would not be required to participate in this process or refer patients to other doctors who do if they don't want anything to do with it. Critics like Dr. Aaron Cariotti, an associate professor of psychiatry and director of the medical ethics program at UC Irvine, charge some patients would still be vulnerable.
We know that as soon as this option is introduced, it immediately becomes the most efficient, expedient, and least expensive end-of-life option. And we know that the medical system is currently under tremendous pressure to lower costs. This is, I think, a deadly mix. This is a mix that's going to put especially individuals that don't have access to the best medical care or the best medical insurance. This is going to put them in very vulnerable positions.
But supporters of the bill say that's just simply not true.
Nobody gets forced into this option if they don't want to. We know there's some who have religious principles or tenets where they don't support this end-of-life option. We don't seek to change church doctrine. We don't seek to enforce this on anybody, only a voluntary patient working with doctors who are engaged voluntarily.
In another recent California case, 29-year-old Brittany Menard also suffered from a terminal illness and fought for the right to end her life with the help of a doctor when she chose to. But Menard had to travel to Oregon to do that after recording this video.
I hope my family is still proud of me and the choices I made.
But opponents tonight are warning of unintended consequences if the bill does become law. The California Catholic Conference says it remains steadfast in opposition to what it calls assisted suicide and any attempts to legalize it. And some disabled American activists charge the bill would be a risky proposition for the most vulnerable among us. Lena?